Welcome back to St. Petersburg, EUCR North, where we're witnessing final between Realfive and Rampage.
Yeah, the first point of this game has already started.
Mikhail Khudobin breaking the force for his receiver Anton Butikov, and that's the first point of this game. Usually we see the roles switched with Anton Butikov
Yeah.
breaking the mark
Yeah,
for Hudobin, but these guys are so versatile they can do it any way they want.
yeah, the game here is a repetition of the yesterday game. I think in a group stage, Rampage and Realfive already met each other at the same field here, and the game ended in favor of Realfive.
Yeah,
So we'll see what Rampage has to show this time.
you know, it's very hard to beat one opponent twice in the same tournament. And we know that Rampage are very, very ready for this matchup. And they're going to be receiving a pull in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, at the same time, since we are at regionals for EUC and we are giving out the bids for the finals here, both teams already secured the spots for finals. So do you think the game is going to be still intense?
Oh yeah, these guys are not fighting for a spot; they're fighting for their honor.
The honor and whatnot. Okay, so
And
Rampage in offense.
Fame.
Vladimir Susyan, number 7, is in offense, swinging to Alexander Petrenko.
The
And
mark
didn't
was
find
really good.
him. Yeah, the mark was really good. In 1 second, I thought that Petrenko will dive for this disc, but it was
Ivanov
still
with
too
the disc.
far.
Looking for a receiver. Is it caught?
It was, but out of bounds, unfortunately.
Yeah, Real 5 had a chance of capitalizing on that mistake, but unfortunately, yeah, they couldn't grasp the disc just in time. Rampage, another attempt there.
So Rampage with the disc. Alexander Petrenko with a mark of 2. He almost did the hammer here. Roman Goluk with the disc, looking for options. Finding Vladimir Susyan, number 7. Swinging it back, and the big nice hack actually here. Oh, so nicely defended by Real 5.
Okay, disc back in hands of Ivanov, centering it, finding Zolotaryov, sorry. And then Danienberg in the center, quick give and go. Real 5 are really close to the end zone. Is it going to be caught? No!
Not again. Again, they are so fast, moved towards the end zone, but some unfortunate mistake happens.
When you're so anxious to get the disc in your hands that you overthrow your receivers, maybe you need to slow down just a little bit. We'll see if Real 5 adjust to this type. Maybe slow down a little bit.
Yeah, seems like they want to win as fast as possible, just to
Maybe they have a train to
score,
catch.
score, and trying to catch. I'm not sure.
The team is from Dzержinsk, which is quite far from St. Petersburg.
Yeah, probably they had to travel more than any other team. So Petrenko with the disc, looking for his teammates. Oh, he found Rudametkin, but
It was deflected.
defenders were too close. Too close.
Deflected nearly in hands of fellow player, but now veteran player Vova Kochkin centering the disc to Majchevich. Majchevich in the center. And looks like it's a score, but I think it's
Not yet.
gonna be retracted a couple steps back. Pick hold on the field. Both teams are ready, looking for a break. Up the line, and it's a score. Real 5 are on all burners. 2-0. If they keep the same pace, it's going to be very lopsided
Gonna
game.
be no problems for them to win, seems like. But Rampage are not that easy. They are in the finals, not accidentally, I should say.
Oh yeah, of
For
course.
sure.
We've just seen their game versus Jupiter, and I should say that the wind was a bit harder that time. But we're in St. Petersburg. It can start blowing hard any second now.
Yeah, but look at Realfive. They are so confident in finals. I would say they are like winning addicted guys.
Oh yes, oh yes.
So they just want every single final to be theirs.
Well, when you've been in so many finals, maybe it takes how to say, like, the nervousness out of you, and you feel like home. You just
Yeah,
final is where they belong.
exactly.
Kochkin with a pull.
So typical defense line right now for Realfive. Okay, Rampage is in offense. Rudametkin with the disc. Ruslan Tursunbayev making a few fakes. Now looking for options again. And the lefty, nicely executed. And a big hug forehand from Rudametkin to the end zone. But it will be defended by Realfive.
We see a lot of pressure from Realfive defense, and then Kochkin is sprinting to put the disc in the game. Brother Machevich there, disc was nearly defended, but Daniber collected it. And there we see
That was a defense by Ruslan. But the Realfive player claims it was stripped.
yeah, we see reenactment. Both players are very good at acting out
Yeah,
you see the
using their hands.
trajectory and everything, the air movement, okay, but unfortunately could not decide of what's gonna happen.
So it was contested, I think.
Yeah, disc stays in the hands of Realfive player number 96. Unfortunately, not familiar with him specifically. Probably one of the newer players. It's always good to have a lefty in your team, and this Realfive has quite many. High stall count situation, but Ivanov saves the day and puts it deep right away. Streaking, staying a step, and he is Astapенko, and he is there. Kirill Astapenko got the 3rd point for his team.
Well, that was impressive.
Oh yeah, Realfive are on the streak. It's a 3-0. Rampage definitely need to bring their composure and bring some more energy in this game. Although I should say they're pressuring very hard. Realfive.
Indeed, they are. Even I can feel this pressure here. I just feel this coming from every single team member of Realfive.
Oh yeah. I wonder if Realfive managed to keep this in their favor and maybe get another couple points.
Yeah, that's sometimes hard to keep this pace during long time. Maybe they decided just to press from the very beginning, make the confident leading, and then just slow down a little.
Interesting to note that Rampage, I would say, not that very big of age difference in this team. Mostly younger players, but with some international experience as well. While Realfive has quite a gap. There's some very experienced players, and there's some very new players to the scene. So this mixed area and this mixed expertise may be helping them. Huge pull, but it's staying out of bounds.
Out of bounds. I can't say where exactly it left the field line.
But Rampage decides to start from brick mark.
Well, I wonder why. I think it left the field quite early.
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway, Petrenko with the disc moves it to Boris Gern, and the hack attempt, but not very successful.
Yes, it was very low. So Machevich with the disc, finding Kochkin. Kochkin composing his team, asking them to be calm, and there's a pick hold. So disc is gonna go back to the hands of Kochkin. Realfive got disc one more time in their hands. So they are really looking forward to scoring another one. Low still count. Finding Machevich. Is he gonna put it deep? Not yet. Good swing. Disc is still in the further sideline. Not many options. Good break throw for Machevich. Seeing his brother going deep. Is he gonna put it? He will.
He's
Is it
wide
too
open
far?
all alone.
And there we see a brother-to-brother connection there. Incredibly happy for the score. It's 4-0. Realfive are pulling away.
Brother to brother connection always works, I guess. How many pair of brothers do Realfive have? At least two pairs,
Yes.
I guess. Boutique of brothers, Mojevich
And
brothers.
Machevich brothers.
Mojevich,
But this is wonderful. You see this mix of young blood and veteran players. Looks to pay off. Rampage really need to get into action. So it's very lopsided game at this moment, but trust me, Rampage is very far from being done. They will do their best. I'm expecting some layouts, some hammers, and anything to get back in this game.
Yeah, they just need to score their first point, I guess.
Yeah.
And then everything will change for them. Hopefully for good. I mean for the
Yeah,
the,
definitely for the
good
better.
game.
And
For the better, right?
interesting to see that Real 5 doesn't need any time. They're just like, okay, we're ready. Go for it. They're not even in huddle. They're just throwing the disc back and forth on the sideline, just keeping warm. While Rampage needs some time and some maybe strategic ideas to shift the balance of this game in their favor. Meanwhile, timeout is over. Rampage are pumping each other up for this one, and as we speak, wind picks up drastically.
Oh yeah, it's getting stronger again. You probably can hear it because he's standing right next to the field, maybe just a few meters, so we can see everything very close.
Interesting to see how far Kochkin will be able to pull this disc in this headwind. And pull goes up. Rampage, another chance to get the first point of the game. This hangs forever.
Yeah, that's a great pull. Maybe not that long, but still very long in time. I mean, floating high in the sky.
And unfortunate turnover right
Very
away.
unforced mistake from Rampage.
Kochkin to Ivanov.
Oh my god.
That was all-out effort. Player tried to leave the foot inbounds, but and he dragged it. But yeah, just maybe inches or centimeters away from the field. It's a turnover.
It's a turnover. It was very close to our spot right now. So Rampage in offense again. They will have another and a misunderstanding again. Something is really not well understood between those handlers of Rampage.
Dannenberg picking up the disc, looking for anything up the line, finding Kochkin. Kochkin back to Dannenberg. Ivanov with the disc on the far sideline. Is he gonna put it deep? Not yet. Back to Dannenberg. Centering it. Disc really close to the end zone. Really good defended, but there is a perfectly open Dannenberg in the end zone. Dannenberg usually plays for Sokol Moscow team, but is picking up for Rampage for Real5 this time, and bringing another point in their favor. It's 5-0.
5-0. Seems like timeout didn't help a lot when Rampage took it.
Yeah, some Russian speakers know this song about the same score, 5-0. But it's about
It's about football.
football match.
Yeah.
Yes. Argentina versus
Jamaica?
Jamaica. Yeah, sorry, it's just kind of Russian cultural thing. I don't know why it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's why when we see the score 5-0,
That's what comes to mind.
yeah, that comes to mind, and that's, well, quite sad for the teams with the 0.
I'm really confident that Rampage just needs something to click, and then as soon as that happens, they'll be up there and scoring. So I personally am not sure what's happening at the moment. Why? Maybe they gave their all out in the previous game. Let's see.
Well, maybe. I just think maybe they could change something in their lines. For example, just mix some players from defense and offense lines together. The call was fall.
Yeah,
The fall was called. I'm sorry. Too many words already today. Anyway, Rampage maintains the possession of the disc. Rudometkin, number 20, with the disc right now, struggling to find some of his teammates. Gern with a great save here, and nice hug, but defended by Gosha Arseny from Realfive.
We see Butikov getting closer to the disc. Really thinking about starting the offense here and now. We see Nikita Babinkov, Kolya getting the disc. Then Butikov to Arseniev. And hug goes in. Butikov is under it. Is he gonna catch it? He will!
Well read, just perfectly read by an extremely experienced Anton Butikov.
Yes, two defenders there, both way taller than him, but still he makes the catch. And Realfive are on fire. It's 6-0. Rampage just cannot seem to get hold of this disc.
I still believe they just have to score 1 point first, and everything will go smoothly for
Yes,
them.
maybe just kind of taste some blood and go for it, because like Rampage is known for its ferocity and as we keep on saying, athleticism on their part. So maybe something lacking mentally. Maybe they're just not in the game 100%.
Well, obviously, everything is in our heads, and in their heads as well. So they just should find this ferocity inside, I guess, and just release it.
So at the moment, Realfive adjusting their defensive line, believing in their matchups, and Kochkin pulling the disc. So Rampage, another chance to get on the board. They really need a couple points at least in this half.
Okay, Rampage are on offense. And the first mistake again, just widely open. Ruslan Dursunbay was ready to catch this disc, but it just went down
Yeah,
to the ground.
when you're turfing your disc on the very first pass, something is amiss.
I just have nothing to explain. I cannot explain what happens to the Rampage.
Mystery.
That's not their game for sure.
Okay,
They can do much better.
Kochkin with the disc. But he's overthrowing his receiver, and Rampage have another chance.
Well, it seems like Realfive feel more relaxed right now, and they started to stop concentrating, and that's a big hug. Hug for Rampage. Will the player catch it? No, unfortunately not.
I really loved the body position of defender there.
Yeah, smart defender.
Made sure that he's under the disc, that he's not letting anything go in way of a receiver. This was perfectly executed. We hear his teammates on the sideline saying that these are the fastest legs of the team. I incline to believe them. Okay, Manchevich is walking this to the line. Realfive finding Kochkin in the center. Is he gonna put it deep? Not yet. Centering the disc. Couple of swings and a long throw right away. A lot of people, and Definitely discussion there. Let's see. It looked like a bit of a hospital pass. People just pile of players under the disc. Interesting to see that Zolotaryov manages to stay with this one. Okay, just discussion, and I think no, nothing is called. Play is gonna be continued from this very moment.
So Realfive gonna keep the possession of the disc.
Floaty pass, disc on the far on the right sideline, centering it to Kochkin. Kochkin looking for a break, thinking about a hammer. Decided just to center it to Majchevich. Disc on the far sideline. Not a lot of things open. Back to Kochkin's hands. Reset, floaty, but caught. Very high up. On the doorstep and the breakthrough. It's another point.
Is there a 6-0? 7-0?
It is 7-0. Realfive is unstoppable.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be really hard to stop them.
Even with arrows in execution and some floaty throws and some maybe not perfect plays, they still come down with the disc time and time again.
I just have no idea what happened to Rampage. They are not supposed to lose 7-0 anyhow.
Yeah, some sort
Probably tired, probably not motivated, I don't know.
burnout occurred. I don't know what else can that be. We know that this very strong Moscow team is capable of a lot, and it's hard to show your best game when you turf the disc the very first moment you get it.
That's true. Well, they should just forget about the score right now. Keep it 0-0 in their heads and just start playing finally.
Or maybe they can, I don't know, kind of help us here and go for a more spectacular plays, some hammers, some upside downs, maybe layouts back and forth. So that would be appreciated.
Yeah, sometimes teams that start losing very big in the very beginning, they are nervous, but then they feel relaxed.
Yeah,
At some moment, and maybe that will help.
What's the point of being nervous anymore?
Yeah.
So 7-0 and Rampage on the receiving end.
So Alexander Petrenko with the disc in the middle, as usually. Ruslan Tursunbayev, number 9. Nice break force. Disc is still in the middle again. Number 37 is in possession. Looking for Petrenko. Petrenko has it. To Zakladnoy, number 14. Looking for a big hug. Back to Petrenko. Boris Gern is here. Catches the disc. Finding an open player. Oh, it's floating. Disc was
Slightly
floating.
overthrown.
And Realfive player is with the disc right now.
Kochkin gets the disc and calls a timeout right away. It's 7-0 Realfive with another chance for a break. That would be an amazing streak if they manage to get 8th point in a row.
Oh yeah.
And looks like they're willing to work that hard and willing to fight for it.
Yeah, probably both teams are not that eager to fight. I don't know. Maybe they are buying tickets to win it already in their minds.
I
don't know. Sourcing Skyscanner or whatever they use
but
for buying their tickets.
I couldn't really say that about Realfive. You see that even when they take risky chances and risky throws, they fight and do their best to maintain possession. So we'll see how it goes. But Rampage definitely need to step up and maybe shift to the second gear. Maybe some miracle throw or just trust in their tall players to go for it. It doesn't matter what they need. It's just something to start off the game.
Yeah, just something. Just start playing, guys. We are watching you here.
But the cool part is that they're playing hard. They're playing maybe close to their limit, but Realfive is not making it easy in any way.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Rampage is setting a defense. It looks like they're worried about Realfive deep game. They're protecting players from behind, not letting anyone go deep easily. And maybe a flat mark on Kochkin. That sounds reasonable. Looks like everyone is nearly set, and Kochkin will tap the disc in a second.
Yeah, I think making fast defense very close to the end zone will help them finally score. So they should work really hard to prevent Realfive going further on the field.
Kochkin back with the disc, thinking about putting it deep, deciding against this. Danienberg back to Kochkin, back to Danienberg. Just two of these players are putting it back and forth, finding Majcevic, but
And
he drops it.
unfortunate drop, and that should be finally a score.
No, right as you were saying
Oh,
it,
so close, so close. Ruslan almost got it. but the disco
Danienberg
defended.
went up high and deflected the disc. Kochkin to Danienberg, putting it deep for Majcevic. It looks good, and it's caught. Majcevic in front of the end zone, breaking the mark, and it's a score.
That's a score, and Realfive takes the half, 8-0. Well, that's something happens here.
I don't remember any other game that happened with such a score, with teams being this close in level,
yeah,
I
and
should say.
definitely remember no other final with such a score
Oh yeah.
in the first half.
So let's give these teams a couple minutes to rest. Get ready, get some coffee, some tea, and
Yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes,
yeah,
guys.
join us in a couple minutes.
Можно оставить, пока надо будет сходить.
Все остальные такие игры просирали. Заканчивается так, да. Представляешь, что должно поменяться после хафтайма, чтобы так вот прям...
Что, вы поели, господа?
Да, я поел. Господа поевшие. Тоже поел? Ну, что-то поел. Не, мне Дудо принес обед.
Я видела, да, что ты там точил. Я написала тебе, кто будет в женском, да? Ты видел?
Саусвест Бри. Серьезно, в финале? Нет, это второй, третий матч за год. За год. А, парней не было матча за год. Все, Космика больше нет игр? Они все первое место заняли. Скорее, как закончили. Молодцы. Это очень даже. Ты все уже разъехали, что ли? Джад
Может, сидят там?
Сколько у нас еще времени до этого? Есть несколько минут или нет? То команды уже готовы. Надо спросить. Где Став? А,
Хорошо. Ну что, 5 минут?
Ой.
Да, у нас защита сыграла 6 очков, атака 2. И он прыгает, думаю, и если бы я тоже...
А на ЧР также был? На ЧР опять не был?
Понимаешь примерно? Если защита все время доминирует, атака не должна.
Да, должна быть. Не, сейчас все. Ждем. Вообще, как это называется? Портовый, короче, вертикальное расположение камеры. Ждем. Мастер коктейлей. 1 к 3.
Так, получается, что сейчас Realfive с атакой.
Так нет трансляции еще, пока там типа, знаешь, там вывеска такая сейчас, типа Realfive Rampage. Я вот там стою. Я с этим красотом не соперник.
Скажешь, когда будет готово?
Welcome back to the final of EUCR North. Realfive is leading 8-0, and after the halftime, we'll see if Rampage managed to break this succession of happy events. Rudamyatkin with the disc, finding Sushian on the sideline, putting it deep, but it's intercepted. Turnover, and Realfive with a chance to go even further. Their veteran player, Kochkin with the disc. Is he gonna put it deep? He will. Looking for his receiver. Disc curves out, and it's caught. What a catch! There is a wonderful reading of the disc there in the end zone. So Realfive are continuing this stampede. It's 9-0 now. I think for Realfive right now, it's a question of will they be able to maintain this pressure and finish the game without any breaks on the other side. Okay, Rampage are pumping each other up. It's very you can imagine how hard mentally it might be when no matter what you do, it just doesn't click. So it might be very hard to break from that mentality, from that thinking. Really wish that they do and they snap out of it. But it's very hard to do anything when Realfive, even the young players like Fedorich of their previous point, does the best job possible. Meanwhile, Pool lands out of bounds, and I guess Alexander Petrenko is going to walk it to the brick mark. They're going to be attacking down the wind. And this might mean an easy long throw. That's what happens right away. 3 defenders. And Rudamyatkin was almost there, almost getting the disc, but with this many defenders, it's very hard to do so. Disc is knocked out of his hands. Kochkin centering the disc to Majcevic. Majcevic finding Danienberg. A lot of contact there. Danienberg thinking, putting it deep, and he will to Majcevic. Is it far enough? Is it going to stay in bounds? No, unfortunately, disc sails just out of bounds, and there are 2 defenders right in the back of Mihailo. So Rampage getting the disc back in their hands. As you can see, the Rampage loves this long game. So if only Realfive allows them, they'll do that. But opt for a short pass to Tursunbayev from the far sideline, passing this further. Rampage is still on the far sideline. A couple of times they scored by the hammer from that part. Petrenko fighting Gluch. Raman faking it. Couple fakes. Stack is quite stagnant. Finding Alexander Petrenka. Another breakthrow to Rudamyotkin. Rudamyotkin very close to our camera and faking couple throws. Trying to find Alexander Petrenka. Petrenko under huge pressure from Danienberg. Still manages to catch it. Back to Gluch. Thinking about a breakthrow. Finding Petrenko in the center of the field. Very long point for them. Very lot of pressure. But then Petrenko fighting. Yeah, there's a foul called on the reception there. So Rampage still maintain possession, and with a shorter field, they really need this point.
Okay, so Rampage are on offense. Ruslan Tursunbayev with the disc number 9, and the hammer goes there. Quite a good one, actually. It was caught, and that's the first score for Rampage this final. Finally,
Wow.
finally they did it.
They love hammers.
And how they did it with the hammer.
So
Good job.
quite exciting to get the first point on board. It's 9-1, and I should say that maybe in such windy conditions, hammer should count as 2 points. What do you think?
Maybe 3 even.
Maybe even 3.
Maybe caught with one hand.
Oh, yeah.
3, caught with one left hand. 4, I don't know.
We'll see. No hands probably means
No
5
hands.
points. But to be honest, even the hammer throw was heavily pressured by a defender there. Zoltarev was very close, and maybe only the extra length, just the maybe long digits of Alexander Petrenko allowed him to just catch that one.
That was not Petrenko catching the hammer, I guess.
Oh,
That was
really?
number 37. Yeah, another
Ooh,
tall guy.
I'm very
Lots
sorry.
of those in in Rampage.
Yeah, it's
team.
not. All tall guys look the same to me. Sorry. No, I'm joking. But we see almost the first time that Realfive offense is on the field. Reset from Butikov to Butikov, then centering to Nikolai, back to Beef. Butikov with the disc, thinking about a huck, holstering it. And the hammer goes! And a sliding catch from Mikhail Khudobin in front of the end zone. Finding lefty handler. Oh, but the breakthrow doesn't happen.
This goes nowhere.
I think it's gonna be cold, maybe some foul. We see from the body language of the players something didn't go right as Nikolai Babinkov was intending. Yes, Babinkov gets the disc back. Okay, so disc is on the sideline. Realfive probably want to get it off as fast as possible. Finding Hudobin in the center. Hudobin thinking of breakthrow. Finding Andrei Butikov. Butikov to Babinkov, and it's a score. 2 lefty handlers finding each other, and the score is 10-1. Realfive going to double digits this time, and really happy about it. So their offense doesn't need to stay in the field much longer.
Well, what Rampage should not do right now is looking at the score, I guess. They just should get it away from their mind, just imagining it like equal or something close to it.
Yeah, you're right.
Start.
0-0.
0.
Yes. That's the mentality that they need. So every time they come to the field, they should just go all out.
Yeah, definitely should stop worrying about mistakes from the past, from about possible mistakes as well.
Looks like we're like motivation speakers at the moment.
Yeah, just guys, do something, show us something social,
Yeah.
so that we can talk about your game.
Forget your past troubles and just believe in yourself.
Oh,
We should go for that.
like a
W-
psychology.
We
I
could
don't
be
know,
good life coach.
life
coaches.
coach. Yeah, sure. Okay, so Rampage in offense. Alexander Myotkin with a disc right now, looking for an option. Ruslan Tursunbayev widely open in the open side. Now looking for teammates. Found Ruda Myotkin in the middle of the field. And the mistake and a very unfortunate one again. A misunderstanding between two players.
Ivanov floating it up for Ostapенko. Ostapenko hammering, and it's a score, showing that Realfive can score with a hammer as well.
Those mistakes of Rampage are so unforced. The Realfive just don't have to do anything, I guess. Just, I don't know,
I think
keep being
that
there.
it's just the collective pressure that they were putting on Rampage from the very first moments of the game. It just accumulated, and it's very hard to shake it off.
Yeah, for sure.
So the score is 12-1.
12-1. Wow.
It's definitely not the score that Rampage want to.
Yeah, who could guess?
So definitely not us.
Definitely not. But I still like how Realfive reacts on that. So they do not seem like tired of winning, like tired of finals, of medals and stuff. They just enjoy winning.
Yeah, and what I love most is that they're not slowing down. The pace still stays very high,
Exactly.
not making it easy for some people, some teams, for example, would just start playing easy. Like
I would
why-
say most of the teams would.
yeah, like we're so far ahead. Why push ourselves? Why pressure the opponent? But no, not these guys.
Maybe other teams would stop their leaders to play much and let the
Yeah.
newbies to play more, but not Realfive. They play like every single point like the first one. Now Rampage on offense. Rudametkin to Tursunbaev. Tursunbaev is looking for option, making a fake, making it lefty, floating high, right to the hands of Dannenberg. The
Danienberg,
opponent.
another floating pass, but caught. Saved by Sharkov. Finding and Kochkin putting it deep to Danienberg. A bit hard to catch, but it's caught nonetheless. Perfectly read by two veterans, one on the receiving end,
Oh
one
yeah,
on
true. Very experienced players.
the. And Danienberg bringing in another point. It is 13-1. Game is approaching its end.
Просто не расслабляться. Это очень
And as we were saying, Realfive are not relaxing in the slightest.
Not at all.
I think this could be one of the biggest offsets that we witnessed in maybe in the whole of Russian history of Russian Ultimate.
Probably.
But guys, please, if you watch from your screens, please continue cheering for Realfive, for both
For
Realfive
Rampage.
and Rampage.
Yeah.
Rampage definitely needed a bit more at the moment, and they definitely will appreciate your support, no matter where you're watching this game from.
должен быть настроен до конца, аккуратно, прям мотивирован.
Also, I wonder how things are going in the next field. There's a game for the third place. Piro from Finland against Jupiter from St. Petersburg.
Mhm.
Yeah, seems like it's also halftime or some break there. Well, anyway, let's get back to our game. Rampage will try again their offense here. Alexander Rudametkin with the disc. Oh, sorry, that was Petrenko to Rudametkin now. Now Rudametkin is with the disc. Looking for and finds, but is getting wide open. Calm and patience are now from Rampage. Vladimir Sosyan with the disc, looking for an option.
But
Uh,
miscommunication there, slightly
Miscommunication.
overthrown.
Such a simple situation for two experienced players could not be solved.
And Realfive are hungry, are still hungry for more points. Vladimir Kochkin approaching the disc. There's little equipment. Is he calling a timeout?
Timeout from Real
Yes, yes. Decided to call a timeout instead of just a short equipment call. I mean, they're in the lead. They can do whatever. It's 13-1, and they have possession one more time. Still 3/4 of the field to work with, but that didn't stop them previously.
Well, since they are taking timeout now, they are obviously not rushing for their trains or something.
Yeah. You're right. Uh,
Well, that's a challenge for the losing team right now. Not because of the score of this game, that's just one game, but I should say that for the whole team, it should be a challenge to keep their mindset, to keep their team spirit
Yeah.
strong, because after such, well, depressing in some point games, that might be difficult.
Yeah, I even heard like some teams might break apart, and this could be the undoing of the whole team. Hopefully, Rampage is not the case, and they can bounce off this unfortunate series of events
Well,
and
hopefully
come
not,
back.
of course. They are still young as a club, and they should not be tired yet
Of course, of course.
from each other.
Meanwhile, Koshkin back with the disc. His squad is ready. Everyone is set. We see a poaching Gurn in the middle of the field. Everyone is ready. So Koshkin putting it to Machevich's hands, fighting Ivanov. Ivanov back to Koshkin. Koshkin thinking of breaking it. Koshkin fighting Ostapенко. A couple of players contesting it. This goes back to Ostapенko. Will he put it deep? Decided not to. Breaking the mark. Slight bump there. Ivanov with the disc. Will he put it deep? Guys are showing a lot of patience. Koshkin putting a disc to Majchevich. Majchevich back to Koshkin. Break throw with a lot of contact.
Okay, something was called there, I guess.
Yes, definitely
Koshkin's
huge.
going to call or not?
Yeah, it looks like he hurt his arm during the contact there, but disc stays on the far sideline. And disc is tapped back into the game. Ostapенko gets the disc, finding Majchevich. Majchevich putting it deep and easily caught. Guys,
Amazing pass
this is
to the end
spectacular.
zone.
Really quick pass, and the score is 14-1. Huge difference.
I would never believe I would say such score. I would never believe I would name such a score during the final game.
Yeah, if you bet that this game is gonna end like this, you probably can foresee into the future, because nobody
Yeah.
could expect this one
For sure.
go this one-sided. And I'm 100% sure that Realfive want to end game here and now on their terms. They want to keep on pushing. They don't want to let Rampage anything. Garen is coming back in the field. I think so. His teammates need him.
Yeah, he's running, dreaming scuba, I guess.
Yeah, I know. So Realfive with a pull, and Rampage gonna have to attack against the wind. Wonderful pull, close to the end of the end zone.
Okay, Rampage are in offense, so Zakladno with the disc finds number 29. Alexei Zazevin is going to chase it. He did, and a big hug. It's going left, right into the hands of the Realfive defender.
A breakthrough, but
And a nice poaching defense from Zakladnoy, number 14, Rampage, and the big hug. Will it reach the
No.
Not again. They are rushing. Why? Why they are rushing so much? Real
so
5 is gonna be
almost
enough
looked
for
like a
Sakan.
huck and hope. Now Realfive starting work the disc down the far sideline and hucking it to Anton Budikov. Will he lay out for it? He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need it
He's
at all.
in front of the end zone, finding another. Oh, what an unfortunate mistake! Just slightly.
Okay, so Real 5 also can do such
Yes,
mistakes.
putting the disc a bit higher, Mikhail Khudobin was almost there. Everyone is laughing. So
Okay,
Rampage has
so
another chance.
Rampage again. Zatelepin with the disc. Finding Gern. And a hug! Nice floaty forehand. There's gonna be... Oh, some contact appeared.
lot
I
of contact, but
guess
no
nothing
call.
was called
I
from
mean,
number 17.
the contact was initiated by the offensive player, and well, he lost footing right there. Really good body positioning there,
Yeah, Gosh is a good defender indeed.
of course. So Butikov is going to pick up this disc one more time. His brother is going to help him on the reset as another handler, and the rest 5 players are in horizontal stack.
I think that's really comfortable for the team to have 2 handlers, one righty, one lefty. They can do basically anything with the disc.
Oh yeah. And Khudobin putting it deep one more time, but
it was
deflected.
defended.
Let's see, will he lay out for it? He tried to go around
He
the
tried.
the defender, but no chance there. Well, I mean, there are plenty of chances, but unfortunately he couldn't come down with it. Would have been amazing to witness such a catch after a deflection, but Rampage got the hand there.
But again, I cannot but admire how Realfive fight till the very end. Even though the score,
Yeah, as if it's a
Such
universe
big-
point, right?
yeah, it's like it's a universe,
Well,
but
maybe it is
it's
a
not even
universe point for
close.
them.
Always universe point in your mind.
Huge pressure there, and Rampage with the disc in their end zone. Turnover,
turnover
almost
again.
right away. Butikov with the disc. Will he hammer it? What should we expect? No, he decides to. He's trying to find his brother, but
They started to do exactly the same mistakes like Rampage.
yeah, some miscommunications back and forth. Looks like both teams are a bit tired and just want to get down with it.
So Rampage are in offense, but it's Gern unfortunately drops it right
What
in the
an
end zone. So
uncharacteristic mistake. I mean, there shouldn't be any coming back from that when Butikov is right on the doorstep of the end zone. I'd be surprised if Realfive cannot capitalize this time.
almost all Real 5 players are in the end zone.
And that's a score.
That's a score and that's a game.
Floaty
think.
backhand from Butikov puts this game out, and the game is finished.
Yeah, the game is finished, the game is over, and well, thank you for watching. That was very unexpected
Yeah, I
game.
really hope that you enjoyed as much as we did. It's 15-1. Realfive are the winners of the EUCR
Yeah.
EUCR North, and thank you for staying with us.
Yeah, and we are going to have another game. It will be in women division. It's supposed to be, I guess, well, more interesting maybe, because the girls will fight for the second bid for our region for the finals.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, a lot of motivation there. So thank you so much. See you in half an hour.